Good morning students, Sairam. Welcome to your SS period. Now today in SS we'll be learning geography. So what you can see on your screen is your geography textbook cover page. Let's have a look at the content in the textbook. Yes, we have total 11 lessons in geography. Now students, you all are enjoying your summer vacations. Yes? Now what is summer? Yes, it's a seasons. We have various seasons in our country, right? Which yes, we have summer, winter and rainy seasons. But do you know how these seasons occur? Yes, that is what we are going to learn today in our first lesson in geography, that is how seasons occur, part 1. This lesson is divided into two parts. Now we'll be studying the first part today. Now just have a look on your screen. You can see two pictures. What difference can you see in those two pictures? What is it telling you about? Yes, it is telling you about the time. The first picture is telling you that it is day and the second picture is telling you that it is night. Yes. Now tell me, how do day and night occur? Does anybody know? Yes. Day and night occur because of the Earth's rotation. So, how do they occur? It is because of the Earth's rotation. Now, what do you mean by rotation? That means it spins around its own axis. It revolves around the sun. And it revolves around the sun. Yes? So, it spins around its own axis and it revolves around the sun. Now, what is revolving? What do you mean by revolution? Yes? First, you just have a look at the picture on your screen. It is showing you that the top is spinning and the torch light is falling on the top. So as the top is spinning around its own, you will find that the torch light, the side of the top which receives light, it goes in the darkness, and the one which is in the darkness, it comes in the light. So this process is continuous, and this is how the day and night occur. Yes. Now, what do you understand by revolution? Yes. So you'll find when one object moves around the other object, it is called as revolution. Yes. So what is revolution? It is when an object moves around the other object, it is called as revolution. And what is rotation? When it moves around its own axis, it is rotation. So example of revolution, you'll find that the movement of earth around the sun is called as revolution, and the movement around its own self is called as rotation. Yes, just have a look at the picture. So this is an example of revolution, right? Now you'll see what term is used to describe the cycle of revolution. Yes, there is one specific term which is used to describe the cycle of revolution. What is that? Yes, the term orbital motion is used to describe the cycle of Earth's revolution around the sun. So orbital motion means when the Earth revolves around the sun, it is called as the orbital motion. So it describes the cycle of Earth's revolution. Now, how long does the Earth takes to complete one revolution? How much time does it takes? Yes, it takes around 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. So the Earth takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. So 365 days means one full year. So we have one more term in geography, that is hemisphere. What do you mean by hemisphere? Yes, you'll find that half of the earth, which is usually divided into northern and southern halves by the equator, or into western and eastern halves by an imaginary line passing through the pole. It is called as a hemisphere. So what is an hemisphere? You'll find that the earth is divided into halves by the equator and by the imaginary line. When it is divided by the equator, it is the northern and the southern hemisphere. The part which is divided by the imaginary lines, it is called as the eastern and the western hemisphere. Yes, just have a look at the picture on your screen. So you'll find that this is the western hemisphere and this is the eastern hemisphere. Then here you'll find that this part is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. Yes, so you'll have understood what is a hemisphere. Now next you'll see. Now tell me, in which hemisphere is our country located? Is India located? Yes, India is located in the northeastern hemisphere. India lies in the northeastern hemisphere. Yes. Now, why don't the sun rays fall perpendicular at all places on the earth? Perpendicular means what? Perpendicularly is at a right angle. So why doesn't the sun rays fall perpendicularly? Why? Because the earth is spherical in shape. What do you mean by spherical? It is circular in shape. So that is the reason you will find that the sun rays do not fall perpendicularly at all places. Now children, there is an activity which you have to perform. Now you all are at home. You have this table in your textbook. I hope by now everybody must have downloaded the textbook as well. If you have last year's, well and good. So in that there is a table wherein you have to do an observation from, say, around the date given is 19th June to 28th of June. Anyways, you all are at home now. So doing an observation, what you are going to do is you are going to mark the timing of the days and the nights from 19th June to 28th June. So as you mark the timings of the days and the nights, and then you have to see the difference in the timings. What difference can you see in the timing? Now this is what I have is about, say, last year's observation. So now anyways you all are at home, so next month you can start doing so. And after you do the observation, you have to answer certain questions. So you just keep the observation table ready. I'll put the questions for you on the link and then you may answer it. Now I am giving you the answers, how to write the answers for the following table. Now you just have to look at the table and you have to tell which is the longest day. Okay, which are the longest days in this following table. So according to the observation which is seen, that in this table you will find the longest days are from 19th to 22nd June. Yes, so from 19th to 22nd June is the longest day. Now what difference do you notice in the duration of the nights from 19th June to 28th of June? So what is the difference that you can see? So we can see that day by day the nights keep on increasing. Okay, the timing here can see that the day night is increasing. Now what can be the reason behind this for the increasing of nights? So that means it tells you that the sun is moving southwards. Yes. Now how do you find the duration of the day and the night? Now total how many hours do we have in our day? We have total 24 hours. So in order to find the duration, what you have to do is you have to subtract from 24 hours the duration of day. That means total days you have to time of the day you have to subtract from the 24 hours, so the remaining will be your night. Yes, so this is how you find. Now just look at it and tell me which 2 days have days and nights of the same duration. Now here you can see that there are total 4 days which are having the days and nights of the same duration. Yes, it is the same all the 4 days. Now here with the help of the table, what you have to do is, now we have learnt about, okay, how to identify a table. So the same activity you have to perform at home. You can make a note of the timing of the sunrise and the sunset. Yes, and do the observation. Now from this following table, what have we learned? We have noticed the change in the duration of daytime and night time from 19th to 28th of June. So what does it tells? It also tells us that it takes 24 hours for the earth to rotate around itself. How much time does the earth takes? It takes around 24 hours. And in which direction does it rotates? It rotates from west to east. The earth rotates from west to east. Now the earth's rotation, how has it helped us? It has helped us, it has enabled us to measure time. Now how do you measure time? It helps us to measure time in the terms of days. Okay, like number of days you can count, and also the days and the nights. Okay, you could calculate with the help of Earth's rotation. Now you'll find in one single day you may experience different stages. Now which are those different stages that we experience in one single day? Yes, we experience the sunrise, the midday, the sunset, and also the daytime and the night time. So this is how we experience all these stages in one single day. Now in your textbook you are being given one activity to perform. Yes, so I'll just read out the activity. If you have the textbook with you, no problem, but then you can make a note of it and just try to do this activity at home. Okay, and it's an easier one, you can perform at home. I'll just read out the steps for you how you're going to do this activity. Now the first step that you have to follow when you do this activity is paste a large white paper on one side of the table. So you have to place one table, as you can see it in your on your screen in the diagram it is shown. You place one table and paste a white paper on one side of the table. Then place a torch in front of the table. Okay, you have to place a torch in front of the table in such a way that it should not move. The torch should not move, should be stable. Then stand a rod or a candle between the torch and the paper. So you have to place a rod or a candle between the torch and the paper. Then accordingly you will direct the light beam of the torch in such a way that the shadow of the candle or the rod, it falls on the paper. Yes, so you have to place it in such a way, all the three objects, the torch, the rod, the paper, that it should be in same direction and the shadow of the rod falls on the paper. And when the shadow of the rod falls on the paper, what you have to do is you have to mark the position of the shadow on the paper. So you are going to just mark at which place is the shadow of the candle or the rod is falling on the paper. Now once you have marked the position, what you will do is you are going to move your table to the other side, and then again you are going to do the same way. You are going to place it the three objects, and there also you are going to again mark the position of the rod or the candle. And after you mark, observe and mark the position of the shadow as it falls on the paper, and then you are going to make a note of the change in the location in the first place and the second place. Okay, you're just going to make, you just see whether is there any difference or is it the same, or whether there is any change or no, that you have to make a note of it. So I hope everybody will try doing this activity. So when you're doing this activity, you will realize that as the position of the table changes, the position of the shadow also change. Yes, so accordingly the position of the shadow also changes. So this happens even when the position of sunrise and sunset on the horizon keep on changing. So when the position of the sunrise and sunset on the horizon changes, of course you will find it happens the same as you have performed the activity. Yes, the shadow changes. Now, what is horizon? Horizon means you'll find the line at which Earth's surface and the sky appears to meet. Yes, what is horizon? The line at which Earth's surface and the sky appears to meet. Now, as I have told you about one activity, there is another activity you have to perform. Now, what is that activity? Again, I'll just read out the step. It's an easier one. Again, this could be performed by you at home. So here in this activity, what you have to do is take a thick stick about 1.5 to 1.7 meter long. So what should be the measurement? 1.5 to 1.7 meter long. Next, what you'll do is, keeping some distance for the stick, you'll find you have to fix the stick near the wall, and you'll find you place it in such a way that it receives sunlight at that time. Okay, it should receive sunlight at that time. Next, what you will do is, you have to, after the observation, you have to make the observation as you have placed the rod over there. Sunlight at that time of sunrise and sunset both. Actually, this activity is to be performed throughout the year. Then you are going to mark the positions, and so I would ask you to do it for at least the time you are there at home. You can do this activity and see the difference. Okay, this activity is helpful for our second part of the lesson, of this lesson. So you have to see that the stick has to be fixed at this spot for a period of about 1 year. In your textbook it is given as 1 year. Okay, so let's see how far till then you are at home you may perform this activity. And after the observation, what you will do is, here again you are going to mark the position of the shadow for that particular day. Means every day when you observe it, and then you will see what is the position of the shadow every day, whether it is changing or whether it is the same. So you will find if the position of the shadow changes, you will find see the measure and note the distance between the first position and the second position. So you have to make a note. You can maintain a notebook wherein date wise you can make a note of the position of the shadow, whether it is changing, increasing or decreasing. So when you do this activity, you have to observe, also see that the place of the sunrise and the sunset of the on the horizon as well. So we also have to see the place of the sunrise and the sunset. Now children, today in this how season occurs, we have seen about the various terms, right? We have learnt about how days and night occur, then how the timing changes, the time period, where is India located, what is a hemisphere, what is a horizon, what does rotation and revolution means. Okay, all these terms we have learnt about. Now just a small activity will be performing. I want everybody to do all the 3 activities at home which has been told in your textbook. One is a table activity that I have shown you, and the other 2 activities also. Okay, now just try to answer. First question: the Earth's dash has enabled us to measure time in terms of days. What will be the answer? Rotation, revolution, orbital motion. Yes, it is the rotation has enabled us to measure time in terms of days. Second, the Earth rotates from dash to dash. East to west, west to east, or north to south. The answer is west to east. Yes, so we shall stop here for today, and then we shall continue with the next part of the lesson in the next class.